I'll try to remember to cut the highlight. I've been slacking a bit on YouTube. There's a lot of boss footage from the last 2 weeks that I just never uploaded. A bunch of old archive story footage from the last 2 patches I never uploaded. February 3, banner review. All right, chat. Banner review time. ADV banner for Starchasm Nyx. And Nefer approves because he is a big Seele and Veliona stan. This applies if you're a big-time Veliona stan. At this point in the meta, we would not recommend Starchasm Nyx for new players, but if you're a medium-term player, long-term player, and you're into collecting, and you have the budget, because this is basically like, it's assuming that you're topping up for this. If you're not topping up, just disregard this banner completely, all right? It's an easy skip if you're free to play. If it's an easy skip if you're a low spender. Only for high spender collectors, okay? High spender collectors. I'm sure she's already appeared previously on spending event Analon shops, and I'm sure they'll eventually release maybe a battle pass for her in the future, possibly, right? But if you're not a high spender collector, this is an easy skip. Yeah, the answer is always the same before an anniversary patch. If you're free to play low budget, just save. If you're medium budget, medium high budget, you're probably going to be saving anyways. Because if you're medium high budget, you already have this from the release patch. Expansion supply, Dea Ancora, super niche. Is she in dorm supply yet? Is she in dorm? Is she in the dorm supply? Hang on. If we look here, is she in dorm yet? She's not in dorm yet, but she probably will end up in there eventually. Hopefully sooner than later. She was in Battle Pass previously. We thought she was gonna be in an Analon shop during a spending event a while back, but they didn't do that. They just reran Bright Knight, which I don't understand. So here's the deal with Dea Ancora. Right now, she's still, like, good for Agony 3 Red Lotus-ish, but we do not recommend her for brand new players because there's just better battle suits out there for you to invest in. Hersher of Truth, maybe. Right now, they are offering rank up stamps for her in the Elysian Realm, but in general, right now, unless you're a Durandal superfan, this is an easy skip. All right, this is an easy skip. Like I said, if you're like Gunny says in the chat, answer is always the same before an anniversary patch. Save. All right, F2P, low budget, mid budget, save. High budget, maybe you'll already have her from a previous patch. If you're a high budget starting out now, I would probably wait until after next patch's stuff. And I would just wait until a better economic time to roll for her if you're still interested in collecting her for collection points or whatever. Easy skip for low budget and free to play. Focus Supply A. So this is Vern. This is associated with Starchasm Nyx. And Focus Supply B is associated with Dea Ancora. All right, let's go take a look at the off rates. Chances are Focus A will have decent off rates and Focus B will have weird off rates. A new AF Shadow, niche, not really used anymore. Falcon Flare, still kind of okay. It's like useful on Haxor Bunny in a few situations, although it is expensive to pry-arm Falcon Flare if you don't already plan on getting Silverwing eventually. Sleeping Beauty, you can convert Sleeping Beauty or upgrade it into Sleeper's Dream. And there's also older option boxes that you get from topping up that will also have it. And Sleeping Beauty does show up in exchange shops, so it's not really that great. Sanguine Gaze is the weapon for Starchasm Nyx, and then Path to Acheron for Stygian Nymph and Swallowtail Phantasm. A lot of old meta stuff, right? Oh, Starlance Prime. Starlance Prime if you have Dea Ancora, or if you're planning on rolling on Dea Ancora. So if you off-rate Starlance Prime, that could be kind of like an okay thing. And Starlance is usable on VG if you're an old meta enthusiast. Cerulean Flare, great utility weapon for Fischl. and any other bow user. Very rarely are we using Cerulean Flare outside official, and at the top, I don't know how many strats in the current patch that we're going to be needing it that much, but it's still a very, very solid weapon to have. It's a great DPS placeholder if you don't have any of the signature gacha weapons. Let's see about the Stigmata. Shakespeare. Okay, so yeah, looks like all of Dea Ancora's gear is listed in the off rates. Turgenev is a solid pickup. Pristine Elf, Elysia. Pristine Elf is the physical set, right? So this is craftable, but if you're a newer player, this could help speed up your farming time. But again, generally you're never rolling on these banners just for the off rates. And then Linnaeus, which is the Mobius gear. It's a decent lightning set if you're using it in placeholder situations. So it's I'd rate this kind of like a C+ banner. C+ B- banner, right? It's okay. I don't think most players should roll on this banner. I think you should just save. Focus B. Generally, Focus B is kind of bad on global because Focus B traditionally compared to the CN versions of the banner, we don't have shared off rates. And it looks like, there we go again, no shared off rates with Focus A, so we're kind of, again, in a negative position, right? I don't know who's in charge of planning these banners, but they should probably think about just copy-pasting directly from the CN banner. All right, Key of Castigation, old meta, kind of not useful. You know what? We'll even go so far as to say it's a collection-only weapon, all right? It's collection for aesthetics for Hersher of Thunder. You can use it on Darkbolt Jonin, but Seven Thunders is just better overall for both of them. Eye of Collapse, good utility weapon. Probably the most important thing out of this entire banner. Well, there is Whispers. So Whispers is good. Midnight Eclipse is okay. It's pretty modern, right? Starlance Prime is what you're looking. This is the uprate, and then Iris is useful. Iris, but most new players get Iris for free in the new player event stuff, the new player stuff. And then Nuada's Grief. If you're a Fuhua enthusiast, this is not bad if you get that from an off rate. But overall, a lot of the off rates here is like you're either gonna get it from another source. Basically, you're never gonna be pulling on this banner, right? A lot of this stuff is just old meta, or you're gonna already get it from another source. But I will say, Eye of Collapse, Iris, if you didn't have that new player event, you know, Whispers of the Past and Midnight, they're more modern. So that's kind of okay-ish. Stigmata. Shakespeare Adrift is what you're looking for, but in most cases, you're probably going to just get Shakespeare Adrift from off rates from another banner. You know, we recently did have Dea Ancora on a Battle Pass season previous to the current season, so a lot of y'all might have already picked up one or two pieces there. Irene Adler, it's craftable. It's not really used. The multipliers are kind of low, but the duration is high. So chances are if you're playing Irene Adler, you're probably doing so because you want a more easier time. Bronya Nex for Silverwing. Yeah, I mean, if you get it, it's not bad to hang on to, but if you don't get it, no harm done, right? Leeuwin Hook, craftable. So, skippable. Moondragon Benares. Beautiful art, but not worth your time right now, because Handle is craftable, and if you're playing for the end game, you're eventually going to have 1.5, maybe even 2 sets of Handle for your Lightning DPS. And in the meantime, you know, if you have, you know, Goemon, you can use Goemon as your Lightning placeholder set until you have enough mats to upgrade the Goemon into Handle. So I'd say it's definitely riskier rolling on this banner because you have less useful off rates. This one gets a solid C-, D+ for me. Easy skip. So skip Focus A, skip Focus B, skip this banner. I would probably skip this banner unless you're a super collector. And then we looked at the Elf banner last week. Yes, Blade Durandal's still good at 2 stars. Should you roll on it in this patch? Probably not. I would probably wait until, you know, 6.4, wait for the Elf rotation to come in. And you just get more stuff for your crystals next patch. Just save. Diamond hands. Save. Crystal hands. That concludes it for supply review for this week. Easy GG, right? GG easy. Good luck, captains. Save for next patch, and I hope you get good stuff next patch.